I'm sure a lot of you have heard the phrase practice makes perfect. And what I find wrong with that statement is the word perfect, because you can say that nobody is perfect. That's a given, except for God. No human being is perfect. But to go even further than that, everyone has their own definition of perfection. So the word is pretty arbitrary in that sense. I'm not sure where I heard this initially, but a better reiteration of that saying would be practice makes progress. And I wanted to come on here today to emphasize the importance of staying consistent in God through prayer and reading his word. Prayer should be an everyday commitment, every day, throughout the day, multiple times a day. This is because we live in a world that wants us to stray away from God. More specifically, the devil doesn't want us to have a relationship with God. And so every morning we have a choice. We can either wake up, pray, read God's word, and build a relationship with him, or we can get distracted, fall into the habits of this world, and commit sin. And that's exactly what the devil wants us to do. He doesn't want us to get closer to God. So the importance of staying consistent in God's word, this is key in building a relationship with him. How do we do that? Exactly as I said. You pray every day, worship God, so that you can fulfill his will for your life on earth as it is in heaven. You can read his word to know his character, and you can apply his word so that you become more like him. A relationship with God requires the same things as a relationship with another person, except that your relationship with God is the most important relationship that you can have in your life. And that requirement is getting to know him. So by doing these things, you're getting to know him more. Make it a habit to pray every single day, even when you don't want to pray. It costs nothing to pray. It costs nothing to read God's word. You may say, well, it costs my time, but understand the gain far outweighs the cost. You may think it might take so long just to read or to pray, but understand that in you doing these things, you're growing closer to God, but also you're compelled to be more like him. And the significance of that, like I said, it outweighs the 20 or 30 minutes it might take to read God's word, to pray to him, to worship his name. Make it a habit to do these things, because in doing so, you are allowing yourself to grow closer to God. You're allowing yourself to build a relationship with him. And this in turn brings the blessings that are meant to be in your life. And I want to make a note that praying is not just about praying for the things that you want in your life. It is about worshiping God and taking the time to understand who he is, to understand he gave up his only son for us to live. And so by being consistent in his word, that will allow us to, yes, bring the blessings in our life that are meant for us. Make it a habit to thank God for all that he's done for you. Take the time to worship him today and every day. I thank you for tuning into this video. I pray that this message gets to whoever it needs to today. Thank you, and God bless.